Hi, my name is Michelle Broad, and I am a certified women's health nurse practitioner. And I work with high achieving professional women who want to feel better in their bodies with regard to regulating their hormones, having more energy, or just all the other women's health issues stuff that comes in between, all without having to overhaul your life. So, if you are like most of the women that I talk to daily or that I work with or that I coach, you may be feeling like you're doing all the correct things on paper, but maybe you're still feeling a little off, right? I know that that's happened to me before. And I can honestly tell you from a personal perspective that it is not a motivation issue. It is definitely not that. It is a biology issue, a biology of mismatch type of issue, not knowing about your body. And that's what I find most of the time out there. As a provider, I know about the body, but most of the time, my clients, just like you, they don't understand their bodies and they don't understand what's going on with them, at least internally. Now, you know if you have a cough, okay, you know that. You have a sore throat, you know that. But when you just don't feel off and when you don't have the energy to get up and do what you want to do, or you're trying to sleep but you can't sleep, or mid-month you feel like you are just going to just hurt everybody around you because it's your period time and you think, gosh, what is going on? You can't necessarily always place a finger on those things that are going on with your body. And so I get so many women that come to me saying, I think I'm crazy. Nobody understands. I feel like I'm alone out there. And that is so far from the truth. I want to tell you a little story. When I was still cycling and after I had my children, I had my first child and I had started to have really bad PMS. This was about 30 years ago. So back then, there was no such thing as really a diagnosis, quote unquote, called PMS. There was definitely no diagnosis called PMDD, which is a more severe form of PMS, and we have that diagnosis now and we know about that. But after I had my first child, it started happening. But then I had a second child, relatively really close to having a first child, and my progesterone tanked. I didn't know that at the time. Okay, I did not know that. All I knew was that every single month, like clockwork, mid-month, I would start to feel myself shift like this. It really was a true Dr. Jekyll Hyde story. That was me. I would sit on the floor in my kitchen. I would be crying. I would want to divorce my husband once a month. I would lock myself in the closet because my kids' little things would just irritate the heck out of me, and I just didn't want my temper to go off on them. I thought I literally was crazy. And when I went to doctors back then, they just said, oh, well, it's in your head. Don't worry about it. And they just didn't believe me. And I got tired of feeling like I was alone. I got tired of feeling frustrated, defeated. I got tired of crying every month and just not understanding what was going on. So I got curious about my health. And that's my whole premise of what I love to teach to women is I want you to get curious about your health. Because when I started getting curious about my health, I started researching it. I started looking at European studies. I did all kinds of different things. I found a cure for me. And you know how it goes. When you start finding answers for yourself, you tend to see people all of a sudden now coming out of the woodwork wanting to know how to help them because they have the exact same problem that you have, right? So I got tons of hormone patients that kept coming to me. I have PMS. I'm feeling this way. Am I crazy? What's going on? And I just started to really hone in on this. And that's how I got into specializing in hormone realignment. I call it realignment because I don't think our hormones really go off balance. I think they go off balance by the things that we do. Because here's the thing, ladies, your body knows exactly what to do. God made your body for me. Okay, that's my reality. And it is perfectly designed with everything that it's supposed to do. Every cell knows its job, everything. But what happens along the way is life happens, right? We're high professionals, we're high achieving women. And what happens? We get bogged down with life. We have kids. We do careers. We start businesses and we work for our community. We do everything, right? And we forget about ourselves. We forget about our health. And that's when hormonal disruption starts to happen. And your hormones for a woman are the basis for everything in your life. Hormones determine your energy, they determine your sleep, they determine how you think, they determine, your weight, they determine your everything. They're so vital, I can't even tell you how vital they are for a woman. And when they get thrown off by the least little bit, the body wants to try to correct itself. So it's going to go do something in another area in order to restore that balance. It will take from another system to restore this system. And that's, my friend, where you get hormonal dysregulation. I love talking about it, and I love talking about all things women's health. I could talk about it in my sleep 24/7, 7 days a week. That is my calling from God. That's my gift. My gift is of servitude and women's health. So here's the thing. You don't need to be a doctor. You don't need to know everything. But I don't want you going to Google, because Google just takes you down a rabbit hole and you end up getting frightened with your health. Everybody thinks they're dying, and that is not the case. And besides, Dr. Google doesn't email you back. He doesn't have conversations with you or anything else like that. And then on the other thing, I want you to also have the mindset that you may not get all the answers at your regular provider's office. We literally have 15 minutes, if that, to see patients every day. And I have a schedule most days of 30 patients or more. So I really can't get into depth with every single person the way that I'd want to and take a 3,000-foot view of their life to kind of help them, like, why is this happening? So hence I decided I'm going to start this channel, and this is what I'm going to do here. We are going to be talking about all things women's health, but we're going to be talking about it from the framework of hormones, because that's what I know. I've been there myself. I've thought I was crazy. I've figured things out for myself numerous times. I've picked myself up off the floor. I've had to learn how to restore my own energy after burnout and being a caregiver to my 94-year-old mom with Alzheimer's, and being a nana and doing all the things that I do in my life. Because let's face it, my life is full just like your life is full. But when we have the energy, and I have energy that abounds, my feet hit the floor in the morning and I am ready to go. It's because I have changed my mindset about how I think about my body. I understand her. I listen to her. She talks to me. Your body listens to you. Your body talks to you every single day. She does. She talks to you. She'll tell you, I'm tired today. I feel off today. I have no energy. She'll tell you, I have a sore throat. I'm having abdominal pain. I feel bloated, right? Those are all data. It's all data. And I love to talk to professional women, and I love to relate how your health relates to your business and how it's going to help you function better in your professional life, as well as then it translates all over to your personal life as well. Because when you got it dialed in, my friend, and you feel good in your business life, your career life, and you feel great in your personal life as well. And you're able to take on the world and do all those marvelous things that God wants you to do. So if you are ready for a calmer, smarter, and more sustainable way to care for your health, and you want to do it in a non-judgmental place, then you have come to the right place. And I am so glad that you are here. And I would love it if you in the comments have any topics around women's health, hormones that you wanted me to discuss and talk about here. I would love to do that. I'm going to be coming at you with 2 videos a week and doing some shorts and just really trying to demystify hormones for you in the best way that I can. So again, in the comments, leave me, topics that you would love to hear, suggestion, guests that you may want me to bring on, because I'm going to be bringing some guests onto the show as well. And I am just so excited for this new chapter, and I'm so excited to help you figure out, your health in a much more sustainable way. I'm so honored to be here with you. And like I said, leave in the comments if there's anything specific you want us to talk about. Until then, may God richly bless your day, my friend, and we'll talk to you soon.